Once Upon a Time in Storybook Ending.
No, something came up. I had to go deal with a couple things down in Florida.
I believe that we may be on the verge of having another issue. And she heads down the stairs to the children's section and grabs 2 books. And the second one is a copy of a book that she's quite familiar with. It is a copy of The Wizard of Oz. Say, Edward, Jojo, Scarecrow, could you help Dorothy look for the wizard? The wizard can help you with your brain and your courage and your heart.
How many important characters from this book are we missing right now?
Because you know who I think is a great candidate for the Wizard of Oz? John Noble!
I'm going to dump 2 of my potential points into my learn spell, and then I'm going to cast it, and I'm going to try to learn where the storybook characters are. Where are their storybook characters?
There is one deep in the woods, and the one between here and the Lazy Dog is colloquially known as the Castle. It is John Noble's very secure real estate firm.
I guess I'm going to deal with the castle.
Tabs will be journeying into the forest.
Margie and Viola are going to the Lazy Dog and then to the pharmacy.
That we are gonna
Just retreat.
Yeah, we're retreating. Finding a good place a little bit further from it to just kind of like catch our breath.
But you enter the pharmacy, and you are looking at Samantha, the Good Witch of the South. Hello and welcome to Storybook Ending. My name is Loxley. I use V, Veer, or they, them pronouns, and I will be your keeper of stories. With me today is Addie.
My name is Addie, the player. I use she, her pronouns, and I play the character Margie Gloucester, who also uses she, her pronouns.
We also have Danny.
I'm Danny, and I'll be playing Viola Thomas. Both of us use she, her pronouns.
Next we have Killian.
Hey there, I'm Killian. I use they, them pronouns, and I play Tabs the Fox, who uses he, they pronouns.
And lastly, Grim.
My name is Grim. I use any pronouns you throw at me, and my character, Orion Murrah, does the same.
We open on the castle. It's a sleek building, a very modern one, and while it is heralded as being the most secure place in town, it stands little resistance to, well, magic. Orion has marched upstairs, even with his limp and his lingering stab wound. He has pushed past all the defenses, using his gain spell to gain entrance past all the only mundane security alarms and locks and whatnot. John Noble's secretary is right behind Orion, clambering, trying to keep him from getting into the office, but Orion has pushed through all the same. He has now reached John Noble's office. John Noble has turned around with the windows facing the town at his back, and Orion has called his office a supervillain lair. I think we see this and we see John Noble turn around and he just kind of narrows his eyes and says, Mr. Mura.
Yeah, I never thought I would find myself here either. But things have changed, and I need to talk to you.
Funny that, I was thinking the same for you. How was your trip out of town?
Oh, yeah. My trip. It was fine, I mean, yeah, it was fine, mostly.
And your friend, what was her name? Jaden? How's she doing?
Excuse me?
I'm just concerned for the well-being of a seemingly innocent person.
Excuse me? What have you been doing since I've been gone, Noble?
Running my business.
Noble, I thought we could be amicable about this. I actually needed your help for a bit.
I am being perfectly amicable. I'm asking kindly about your friend. I simply wish to know that everything is
Noble.
all right.
Noble, I don't think it's your fucking business.
Very well. I'll back off.
Hey, now let's go back a little bit. I forget you said anything. Now, I really quick want to cast my Learn spell again to figure out if it's Noble that is exuding the manifestation of the characters, or if it is someone else in that room.
Alright, sure. Roll your learn spell. Average difficulty of 4.
Okay, good thing I have 4 dice.
Yeah, if you fail this, I'll be impressed.
Gotta collect all of them. Let's see, 5, 3, 4, 2.
Yeah, that is plenty. Yeah, it is 100% John Noble.
John Noble, sees a slight glow in the back of Orion's eyes, right in the middle of the pupil. Is the assistant, behind Orion still?
Yeah, the secretary is behind you and is just kind of stammering like, what in the world? Sir, I am so sorry. I tried to stop him. I don't know how he got through. And John Noble just kind of holds a hand up and says, it's quite all right.
She definitely sees the usual crosshair show up on the back of his neck, nice and glowy. Noble only sees the little bitty Terminator dots in the back, purple Terminator dots in the middle of his eyes. And he's like, Orion's like, okay, perfect. Noble, I need you to come with me.
And why would I do that?
Well, you see, I think you want to, first of all, but also, do you want to know what happened last week? Why all these weird things were just happening to you?
And he steeples his fingers and he leans forward slightly in his very fancy desk chair. And he says, I don't see why you can't say what you need to say here.
Oh, well, you see, Noble, you're in danger. Because we don't know what's happening right now. Before it was just something we could deal with. This time, it's changed. Now, Noble, do you want to be saved? Do you want to keep existing? I mean, I don't wish any harm upon you. But with what's happening right now with all this craziness, I can't guarantee your safety. So why don't you come with me? I'll keep you safe.
Now, I was going to respond. I do think you've earned a roll just to see how effective this is.
Oh, cool.
Let me roll his defense. I need to find what his
Let's see.
defense is. We're going to roll his scheme,
Oh, good.
which is 4d6.
God damn.
And his highest was a 6.
Okay, fine.
So what are you rolling against him?
Also scheme, because I purposely made it seem more dangerous than I personally think it is.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. I am only rolling 3, so let me select my best dice. Okay, don't fail me now. Let's see. 2, 3, and a 6!
All right. With just 1 point of spirit damage, I don't think you fully convince him, but you've definitely got his attention. And he says, "Well, you did just admit you don't know what's going on. I feel like I'm significantly safer here in my well-defended place, except for maybe from you, rather than out on the street with all this chaos, as you're saying. But please, tell me why I should trust you when all you people have done is cause me trouble."
Let's see. I gotta think for a second. I didn't think I would actually succeed. Hold on. Let me look at my sheet real quick, see what I have. I want to use gain.
Uh,
I want to gain, like, I don't want to gain his. I don't want to use it like that. I want to use gain to, like, conjure something random in my hand, just like a show of power before I go on my next little spiel.
okay. I think we will have this be another roll just because there is a risk of failure here.
Oh yeah. Let's see. That's 2 dice. What's the difficulty?
Just 4, just average.
Okay. Let's see. A 1 and a 5.
All right, what do you think you conjure?
I want some purple tinted round lensed sunglasses. You know, the Gojo sunglasses?
Sure. Yeah, sure. You get some cool sunglasses.
Okay. He, in a flash. Oh god. I'm laughing too much because I think it's so stupid. So, his bones start glowing in his hand, and then in a small flash of purple light, these tinted glasses show up in his hand, and he puts them on all stylish like, and then he starts. Listen, so you might not believe me, but me, Margie, Tabs, and Viola have all had one thing in common since this has started. We can all do fucking magic, and I think we all fucking met God. But,
So that's 2 things in common. I'm
well, shut up.
sorry, just pointing out.
Anyways, listen. You just saw me do actual magic. So, like, I would just, like, shush and let me explain a little bit, at least. Now, there's this problem where book characters are coming to life and just appearing. Do you remember when those, how'd you put them? Ruffians broke into the, town hall?
Of course.
That was Robin Hood. Literal Robin Hood from the story. The one who stabbed me was the sheriff from the story. They are real.
Yeah, John Noble just looks kind of amused and not particularly surprised.
Do you want to know something else, Noble?
Sure. You've got me here, a captive audience. And he kind of waves at something behind you.
That wasn't the end, Noble. I also want to spam learn again.
Oh boy.
Let's see.
What's the purpose of this one?
What the fuck did he just do?
What do you mean?
I want to learn what he just did.
By waving?
Yes, he waved at something.
You could look behind yourself.
I don't want to.
Oh, right, because he's a weeping angel, and if you break eye contact, then he'll kill you. Sure, roll your learn
Yeah.
spell, Orion.
Okay. Let's see. 1654.
Yeah, you get that crosshair on the back of your neck before, and you get that kind of magical echolocation style thing, and you sense behind you that there are a couple of security guards that he has just sort of waved off to like say, "Hold on, don't come in yet." They're just outside the room.
Okay, I was worried. I thought it was security guards, but video games have taught me that if you ever look away from the boss, shit goes wrong. So I'm gonna give him a quick thank you as I learn what the heck he just did. And then I'm gonna be like, yes, it's not over. And can you take a wild guess as to what book might happen next? Or what has happened now?
Well, are you asking in earnest?
Just give me a random guess.
Because I would have to say, going by the straw man walking down the street and the
What the fuck?
reports of some sort of person in a witch hat being run over down the street, which, yes, I've already learned of, I would have to guess it's the wonderful Wizard of Oz.
Oh, cool.
That's just a wild guess.
Just a while ago. Wow, you're so smart, Noble. You want to know what's happening to some people right now?
Go on.
Instead of the characters showing up, they're manifesting traits of the characters. So, you want to take a wild guess as to why I'm here and talking to you?
Because you want to be friends.
No, because you have a manifestation of a storybook character going on right now. I'm not sure which one. So how about you come with me and we figure out which one you like, I guess.
Okay. Orion, I think as you say that, as you say you're not sure which one, and then you continue, the entire building around you flickers for just a second.
Oh shit.
And suddenly you're standing in an emerald green throne room, a sort of palace room,
Of course you would.
and then it flickers back to normal. And he looks around and he just looks kind of smugly at you, like, well, I fear that while you came with this bargaining chip of knowing what was going on better than I did, I think you may have miscalculated.
Hold on, you kind of glitched out for me. Say that again.
What? How much did you hear?
I heard I fear and then young man.
Ah, I fear young men. They're so scared. They're so strong and testosterone, which is also my favorite type of pasta.
What the fuck?
Okay. Anyways, yeah, John Noble. He kind of crosses his arms and he says, "Well, I fear that while you came into this situation, thinking you had the bargaining chip of information that would keep me going along with you, I'm afraid I already know a bit more than you. You see, magic may be one thing, but money, power, connections, those are all another. You may have the former, while I have the latter, and, well, I know how to use them. So, yes, you may have this magic from so called God, but I have what I need. So, no, I don't think I'll be needing your help with being safe."
I knew I should have fucking gone to the woods. Listen, Noble, buddy. I'm going to leave now. And I swear to God, if you keep digging into my goddamn past, or you bring up another one of my friends' names, and it comes out of that fucking mouth of yours, we ain't going to be so amicable next time we talk. No.
Actually, before you go, I did have something else I wanted to chat with you about.
What?
Well, I'd like to make a deal with you, Orion Mura. Let me see what I can offer you first. Let's see, I won't charge you with trespassing into my building. I won't have my security throw you out. I'll even drop my charges against Viola for the horrible, hideous mural on the
Fucking
library.
excuse me?
And that damn manure in my car. I may not be able to prove it's her, but I'm working on it. In exchange, all I ask is that you give me some information as you go along on these merry adventures of yours. That's all.
Noble, why the fuck are you acting like a goddamn fae? I might not know that much about books, but fucking history, mythos, that's something I know. And you are acting very much like a goddamn fae. And I think this character's getting to your head. Tell me about these charges.
And he seems kind of bored and he starts to turn his chair away from you and he says, "You know what? Forget it. I'll come to you another time. You are starting to bore me. Go kill the wicked witch or something and then come back to me and we'll see what I can do for you."
Fucking goddamn motherfucker. And he's just going to leave. And if the guards are in his way, are the guards in his way? Are they blocking the door?
I think they just kind of look at you imposingly and they step aside to allow you to walk out, but they are following you closely.
And he's just going to leave? Yeah, no, he's going to leave. And let's see. Someone tell me yes or no real quick.
Maybe.
God damn it, Loxley.
No.
Okay, so he is not going to call the others.
Oh boy.
Damn it!
He's going to go where he knew he fucking should. He knew he fucking should have. He said, "Oh, I'll take the way to the forest." Guess where he's going without consulting anybody? Forest!
Oh, good. With that, I think we will. Let's see. Actually, we're going to zoom past him into the forest to Tabitha. Tabitha, you are racing out of the forest with the cawing of 40 crows at your back. They aren't seeming to chase you, but they're still pretty
40?
close. Your arm is bleeding.
What?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 40. Let me double check. 40. Yeah.
Delightful.
Yeah, delightful for sure. Anyways, your arm is bleeding, and you hear that cackling behind you in that small stone fort. What do you do?
Cry? Like, I don't know. Fuck. Okay. Delightful. This is a lot to spring on someone just in a moment, Loxley.
I feel like you've had like 2 weeks to kind of prepare for this.
I
That's
don't
just me, though.
remember being chased by 40 critters.
You are not being chased. They are just kind of gathering over the fort. You can guess they would not be friendly if you went back to the fort, but I don't think you're not in immediate danger of being like hunted down, I think.
Okay. Oh, God. Oh, this is gonna be stupid. Let's try that fox spell one more time. Maybe we'll have different luck this week. That's with focus, so I have 3 of those dice.
Yeah. Okay, roll it up.
Okay.
Yeah, it works. You got a 5, 2 1s, and a
Fantastic.
5, which is still a little rough. But you got what you needed to, so you turn into a fox. What do you do next?
I want to try to use this form to try and sneak toward the castle, like the establishment, and see if the crows pay, like the birds pay any mind to a fox.
Oh, okay. Um, okay, so good news and bad news. The good news is that it's pretty easy to make another character sheet and spell the RPG.
Oh my god!
No, I'm kidding. Kind of. I will have you roll a check to see whether you can kind of sneak up, be unassuming, be unseen.
What would you like me to roll for that?
Holy
Uh,
hell.
I'd say daring is probably the most apt, but if you can swing something else, go for it.
I only have one of those, Loxley.
Loxley from easy
Yeah,
mode
I
to
know.
hard mode, motherfucker. God damn.
My god. Okay.
I could also see like scheme
I could
working, kind
see
of.
scheme.
Yeah, that's kind of the sneaky one.
Because I'm trying to be a sneaky little bastard and like try and get a lay of the land. Would you let me roll scheme?
Yeah, I think that works.
Oh, thank God.
Oh wow, that's a
Thank
really good
God.
roll. Holy shit. 2 6s and a 5. Okay. Yeah, no, you start running off and you hear that cackling, and then you turn into a fox a bit away and start sneaking your way back, kind of crawling through the underbrush. And the cackling continues a bit longer. Like the figure watching you doesn't seem to have noticed that you're on your way back. They still think they've won this battle.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, you get back to the fort. How close are you getting?
Um, as close as I can without like any of the critters like turning their gaze and like and seemingly being aggressive, testing
Okay.
limits more than
Yeah.
anything else and trying to get as close as possible so that I can figure out the situation with like the little establishment.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you're able to get pretty close. The crows are all kind of flocking above the little fort. There are a few that have landed. One that seems to be the biggest one has landed right next to a figure that we'll get to in a minute. But most of them are just kind of flying in a circle above the small stone. Again, it's like a castle, but like shrunk down.
Yeah.
Um, it almost looks like it could be like a kid's fort in a sense. Um, Although it looks a little bit more intimidating when there is a witch standing in it.
Okay.
This witch, I don't think she has green skin, but she does have one eye. Not like a cyclops, like what she's missing an eye, and the other eye is real good, very keen. And she just has this wicked look about her. She just looks very, very mean. But yeah, she's just kind of cackling. She's just having a great time cackling.
Oh, I have a really stupid idea.
Oh,
Open roof? Is she on top of this little tower?
no, she's kind of in the entrance. There's a ceiling for sure.
Okay. There goes that. I thought that she'd be out on like a little parapet or something.
No, she
Okay.
knows about rain. She knows what rain is, guys.
I was tempted to use my one die of daring and go with that against the world and try and snatch her up and go sprinting, but if she's like within the castle, I don't see that being a possibility.
Sorry, you wanted to pick the witch up, the human-sized witch.
Oh, I thought that she was like in the castle.
Ye- yeah. Sorry.
Okay.
It is a small castle. It still has a like human-sized
No.
entrance. The entrance would have been rather large if it was a real castle, but shrunk down. It's like the size of a door.
Oh, and she's like normal sized within like the castle walls?
Yeah, sorry. She is a normal human
Oh,
sized
okay.
person.
I don't know what. Okay,
Sorry, I guess I understand the confusion.
I completely thought like Lego minifig witch.
That would be a real weird twist. And honestly, it's a little tempting. But no, she's regular sized.
Okay, okay.
Single drop of water washes her out.
Yeah, the castle being really small, I was just like, yeah, let's trick everything. Flying
And
monkeys,
again,
flying crows.
this castle is like rather than the size of a castle, it is the size of like maybe like a single large room.
Okay.
Like it's not like the size of a what is something small? Why am I forgetting what all small things are? It's not like a
I get what you're
mailbox or something, or
saying.
like a sand castle.
I like
It's
shrunk
just
it
like
down way too much in my head and was very confused.
yeah, it's more like a playground sized fort.
Okay. So scoping the area, there's 40 crows above, there's a small castle with this witch inside the castle walls.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else that I could see that would be of note?
I mean, there are also some wolves.
Mm-hmm.
That seems like noteworthy. There's the one that you temporarily blinded that has kind of regained its bearing and is growling and sniffing around.
Oh,
I would say there's not much else external to note, but I think something starts to get kind of weird as you're watching.
okay.
Well, let me get some water because I'm about to go into a bit of a monologue.
Oh, no.
That is the correct response. Okay.
I don't like that being the correct response, Moxley. You're making me nervous.
Damn it.
Yeah, so here's the thing. Brim came to me in DMs the other night and
Oh.
mentioned like,
Blame
oh,
me.
I don't know if the witch is much of a threat. And I was like, yeah, no. In the book, she mostly relies on her servants, on her kind of summons. The wolves, the crows, the bees, the winged monkeys. I think in this instance, as you're watching, things start to get weird. The castle, which is more of a small little stone fort for kids to play in and around near the pond in the center of the forest, it starts to almost glitch. It starts to transform, into words that grow bigger into a full-sized castle, a wicked one with black stone and towering parapets from which she can see all angles. It shrinks back down. It's not going to take over the entire forest. But during this, you also notice that she turns into words momentarily. And it's a description of her, the same words I used for her, wicked and witch and pointy hat and one eye. But then one word in the middle starts to grow larger and larger. Around her, her wolves, her crows, her bees, they all similarly turn into words, but unlike the witch, they stay that way. And we see that word in her core that sort of takes up everything, and then she turns back to normal, but you're left with the image of one word stuck in your mind. Speaker.
Oh, fuck. Luxley?
Yeah?
What do you expect me to do? Oh, God.
Wait, no! Wait, no! Fuck! God damn it, I didn't say bro wanted to be a threat!
Tabs is gonna turn tail. He's gonna run back the way that he came and try to regroup with everyone.
Literally turn tail in this case. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely sprinting to go find Viola and everyone else.
Yeah, I think we'll let that 2 6s and a 5 carry over. I don't think you have any trouble escaping since you
Oh, thank God.
avoided their notice.
I thought that you were gonna get that wolf after me and I'd lose all my daring. I was gonna lose it.
Now that you mention it.
No!
No, I'm kidding. You're fine. No, you sprint away from the center of the forest, and that cackle just grows more wicked. Now, Viola, Margie, you are in the pharmacy with Jojo the woodsman, Edward the cowardly accountant, Scarecrow the scarecrow, and Dorothy the child. And you have met with Samantha Yaus, who is taking over the form of Glinda the Good Witch of the South. She is gorgeous, and she smiles at you, and she has spoken to Dorothy, and Dorothy looks at her kind of in awe, and says, "Well, I was told maybe you could help us." What do you do as kind of this scene is taking place, Margie and Viola?
Refresh my memory. We came here to get medicine for Margie, right? That was our purpose?
That was the reason you told to Jojo. Orion did find that the last unknown Oz character was in the pharmacy when he learned the locations of all of them.
Okay.
Okay, I think Margie is going to come up to the counter and she's like,
Samantha, darling, how have you been? I don't mind the entourage behind me. They've decided to escort me to pick up my medication tonight because, they just felt like doing a good deed for our neighbor, you know? And she kind of just looks at JoJo before turning back to Samantha. What's going on with you, girl?
What's going on, girl? Okay. uh, Samantha smiles gracefully down at you and says, "Oh, why, I would love to give you your medicine, Margie. But I do wonder, it seems so kind of hard to do such a good deed. Now, Jojo, you must truly have such a large and caring heart." And Jojo kind of looks at her like, "What are you talking about? What is happening?"
He sure does, Margie kind of butts in. You know, I think that's why he's a police officer. He lives to serve.
Ugh. And everyone in the room says, "Ugh." No, Samantha just kind of nods and she says, "Well, yes, it takes quite a kind heart to put your life in service of others, and regardless of how that's done." But well, what can I do for you, darling? And she turns to Dorothy, and Dorothy says, "Well, ma'am, I was hoping to get back to Kansas to my Auntie Em and my uncle and to the farm, and well, I'm just caught up in a whirlwind of all this craziness." And Samantha says, "Oh, my dear." And she looks up at you and says, "Hey, what the fuck? Are we in the Wizard of Oz?" And she's kind of like placed her hands over Dorothy's ears so she doesn't hear the cursing.
Yeah, I think so. Really sorry about that. But your hair is fantastic, and I think you are the good witch. So, congratulations.
Uh, right. Thanks. And she twirls one of the ringlets of hair around her hair, and she's like, "I can never get it to curl like this. What is this? Is I mean, look, if this is the result of magic, I'll take it."
Oh, honey, you would have never guessed.
I mean, I think it's a fantastic effect.
Yeah, she looks a little closer at you, Viola, and looks at your beautiful white dress, and she says, I could say the same to you.
Well, thank you.
Is that a magical get up?
You know, it is. It turns out I'm a good witch too.
Yeah, that makes
We're
sense.
all good witches. Sorry. I
Oh
had to
yes,
throw
you
it
too,
at me.
Margie. You
Yeah.
are very good. Right. So, Dorothy, right? And Dorothy says, "Why, yes, ma'am." And Samantha says, right. You need to get home, don't you? So why don't you click your heels together 3 times and say there's no place like home? That should work.
She hasn't gone on the whole journey of self-discovery yet. You should send her to see the wizard.
Speaking of,
Oh, is that strictly necessary? I thought she just needed to learn magic of the shoes.
well,
Are we doing like a literal or like a sort of subtextual?
I think there's more subtext going on. I think the whole group here has to discover that they already have it in them, et cetera, et cetera.
yeah, Samantha.
And Viola has moved like away so that the others aren't listening. Hopefully,
Sure. Has Margie also come over?
Yes, Margie's trying to say, well, Samantha, it's really not just Dorothy on this adventure, it's the entire entourage. And, well, a little secret. It's not just you, and it's not just me, and it's not just Viola and JoJo playing certain roles. One of our companions are in search of other, well-known characters of the work. in this town.
She is trying not to like speak of the Wizard of Oz as like a book or anything in front of Dorothy and the
Sure.
other characters.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, Samantha looks kind of worried, but then Dorothy looks over at you from across the room and she gives just a gorgeous, calming smile and she says through gritted teeth, right, well, oh goodness, okay. So we need to send her to see the wizard, the wonderful, and she speaks up and she says, the wonderful Wizard of Oz, yes. I know him well, he sure is wonderful. And then she lowers her voice again and she says, so who the fuck is he? Do we know who the Wizard of Oz is yet? Where he is?
We're trying to find that out.
Yeah, we've got
Oh.
some folks working on it.
Speaking of, maybe I should call Orion and see how he's doing on that front. I did send him off to John Noble.
And she tries very hard not to like visually grimace and verbally curse. She says, oh, great. John Noble? John Noble is the Wizard of Oz.
Allegedly. Yeah, we have some people trying to figure that out. If John Noble really is him. Speaking of, I should call my companion to see how well he's doing on that front.
Yeah, that seems like a good idea. We wouldn't want this wonderful adventure to go awry. Oh god. I really don't want to deal with John Noble.
No one ever does.
You and us, sister.
Alright, well, yeah, you make the call.
Margie takes out her phone and dials Orion's cell.
Gosh, I hope John Noble didn't give him too much nonsense.
Does Orion answer?
I don't know. Is my phone ringing, Loxley?
I mean, why wouldn't it be?
Oh, isn't the phone a speaker? No, like it's a animated phone, right?
Oh my god.
Oh, that's an important thing that we really should have touched on since. I don't think that was a permanent spell. I think the FON phone spell was just a temporary inconvenience. Rest in peace.
Okay, yes, what?
Hey, Orion, it's Margie. It's Margie with the gang and such. How are things going with John Noble?
You should have sent me to the woods.
Oh, that bad?
Listen, I don't want to talk about it right now. But he is one of the characters. Guess which one that is?
Not the Oz man. Is he the Oz?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, of course. He'd be the scumbag in the movie.
Yeah.
And to that, Margie kind of puts her phone like on her shoulder and stuff, and like talks to Viola and Samantha, kind of in like a whisper.
Well, we found ours.
Don't tell me.
Yep.
Oh god. I really didn't want to have to deal with him.
Who else has the chops to be Oz?
Oh. And she then puts her phone back to her ear and stuff.
Now, I know you said you didn't want to talk about it, but did you get any workable information? We were able to have like the little gang do their bit of an adventure into self-actualizing, but we kind of need the Oz confrontation, so.
Loxley, did I actually get any usable information, or did bro just act all high and mighty the entire time?
I mean, most of the information you got was that he had a lot of information.
And he wouldn't share it.
Well, you didn't exactly ask nicely. You asked him to come with you. You didn't ask him
He doesn't deserve it.
to help. You kind of offered help to him, which he was too prideful to take.
Yeah, no, there's nothing there.
Nothing there.
All that's there is a headache. And, yeah. If we zoom out from the phone conversation, Orion is physically shaking.
Ooh.
And so Margie kind of does like another play-by-play of the phone call to Viola and Samantha.
Well, he says there are no usable information, just a headache, which I can believe wholeheartedly, but that does put a wrench into our plans, don't it?
A little bit, yeah. I don't know what to do with this information. I don't want to deal with that man.
I honestly, given the amount of people I've met who want nothing to do with that man, how hasn't he been run out of this town yet? The world may never know.
Probably because he owns half of it.
Yeah.
Well, of course, but viva la revolution, as the French say.
Yeah. I wish we had a better way to deal with him.
Well, wait, can Orion hear this?
If he wants to.
It's probably muffled, but yeah.
Yeah.
And he's got to speak a little louder into the phone. We can just deal with him last, like they do in the book and the movie, since, you know, the Oz guy is the last part of the journey.
That is
Uh,
very true.
I do hate to break it to you, but he's also the middle of the journey in the book.
My God.
He's the one that sends them on the second half of their quest.
Yeah, we really do need to take these kids to see him so that he can send them to find the things that they need so they can go on their journey, so they can discover stuff about themselves and then get Dorothy home.
Okay. Y'all have fun. So no, sorry.
Well, how about are you still there? Is he still there?
Yes.
And Margie gives the phone to Viola to take.
Orion,
Yes.
are you still with Noble?
No.
Are you far? Are you close?
I'm going to leave Noble for you and the gang to go talk to.
All right, what are you going to do?
I'm going to go where I knew I should have gone in the first place.
Which is?
The woods.
You know that's a terrible idea, right?
Well, it's also a terrible idea to send one person out to the area where there's possibly a dangerous person.
The woods are large. How are you going to find tabs?
Oh no.
All right. How about why don't you do your best to find tabs
A 10-4.
and then meet us back outside of Noble's place?
Good luck. He had his security escort me out.
Well, that's why I said outside.
Anyways, don't let Noble start talking
Why?
because he'll start talking about dumb shit. Apparently, he has a litigation on you.
Oh, well, that's standard for him.
Yeah,
I thought maybe there was some weird magic thing that was happening because he was the wizard.
no. Well, maybe.
All right, well, I can avoid the regular John Noble bullshit. It's fine.
He did know a lot of things that I didn't want him to know, and I made damn sure to keep pretty secret. So, just don't let him talk. There's my advice.
Should have made the quiet spell permanent. Back with the sheriff.
I know, it would have been great. But, y'all have fun dealing with Noble, because I certainly didn't. I wasted all my amicability on this man.
Lovely. All right.
Yep. Okay,
Does-
bye-bye.
Oh, okay.
No, he hanging up.
Okay.
All right, so Orion, you continue trekking into the woods,
C.
and Margie and Viola, we're gonna switch scenes here in a second. But what's the plan here? From
Margie has sort of a plan, but it's not really one. I'm just gonna say it.
Well, we know he's a real estate mogul. What if we just send the girl, Dorothy, to him and do a little, I don't know. See, what I'm envisioning is that, she'll wonder where her farmhouse and her auntie is, and John the Mole will just, be a general jerk about it, and then they'll just leave and do a second half of the quest. That's I'm not a reader. I don't spend my time doing that, and Viola, this story escapes me.
Well,
I only know the movie version, and barely at that.
we can't send just the girl. We have to send the whole group of them.
My goodness.
It's got to be the girl, the lion, the tin man, and the straw man. I hate sending them alone, but we might have to. We can go with them, but I think once we get to Noble's place, we'll have to let them go on their own.
Well, I suppose. I know we're supposed to be. Well, I know that we're generally the first people to do this sort of spell casting magic thing, but is it really our responsibility to control where the story goes?
Meta joke.
Right.
I sort of just want to drop the girl, the lion, the tin at his real estate agency and see what he does from there.
Yeah. Let's do it. Let's get them over there.
Hopefully we can come up with a better plan on the way.
Good luck.
Yeah, you glance over and you see that Samantha is trying to stop the straw man from just filling his pockets with drugs. Not in like a malicious way. He's just like, oh, I wonder what this does. Guess I'll have time to find out later.
Oh, goodness.
So all the over the kind of stuff, she's trying to politely kind of take it back out, and he's just looking at her like, ho 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 ho.
Oh my god.
Or maybe he's a tactical genius who knows that medication could help in the coming war.
He's just loading up on Ritalin. It's fine.
All right. So I think we see Margie and Viola trying to kind of herd the Oz characters out. I assume you're leaving Samantha back at the pharmacy since she's not part of the adventuring group?
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose.
You don't have to sound too sad about it.
No, she's cool.
I think we go back into the forest, not where Orion is, but where Tabitha is. Tabitha, you are sprinting away from the Wicked Witch's little mini fort
Yep.
as a fox.
Yep.
Yeah, I think you're running, dashing through the underbrush and jumping over logs and all that, and you hear. Oh God. Okay, here we go.
Oh.
Let me get a sip of water real quick.
Oh, what's happening? Oh wait.
Nothing good.
Ain't good.
Overhead, you hear, "Caw! Caw! Hey, what are you running from?" As the crow that you gave a golden coin a coin that had
Oh.
previously been used to let you speak to animals. The coin is nowhere to be seen. The crow is talking to you, even as you do not have that spell active.
Oh.
So that's weird.
A little bit. Are you one of the witch's servants?
Nah, I'm more of a lone wolf.
Lone bird, more like. What are you doing out this way?
Hey, I just thought I'd bother you. I don't got much to do in these woods, to be honest.
And I'm finding reinforcements for this oncoming war. Now buzz off.
Wow, that was pretty dramatic.
If only you'd seen the witch's lair.
Oh no, I saw it for sure. That's why I led you there, remember?
That was me being dumb as the player, as Killian.
No, to be fair, you didn't know for sure that the bird had seen it. You just asked to be led to any sort of strangeness in the forest.
True. Okay. I suppose that you wouldn't know. Then you must know that it is going to be a danger to the woods, my friend.
I mean, before, the birds, the other crows, they seemed kind of chill, but now they're all, like, weird. And I don't know about you, but I can't read. So the whole word situation, not great. Not great.
No. Now, maybe it would be in your best interest to assist me, Crow. Would you like to return to the city with me?
I don't know what's in it for me.
Well, you already have that coat.
I mean, another coin?
What would you do with the coin, Crow?
Same thing as with the other.
And what is that?
You glance up at him and he kind of chomps at the air. As if to show that he would eat it.
You ate.
Hey, it's mine. I get to do with it whatever I want. Okay, those
Yes,
were
I
words.
suppose. So you ate it, and now you can speak.
Yeah, and I have such a beautiful, silky voice. Watch this. La 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 la. I can sing now. Couldn't do that before.
You're a bird. You can always sing, a Crow. Now,
Wow, that's some real motivating shit. I hope you know, out of character, this is destroying my throat. But the fans want more. The fans who won't listen to this episode for several weeks, they want more. I can tell.
Oh, I know. The fans are me. I'm the fan. I like this man. Can humans understand this new voice of yours?
I don't know, you're a human sometimes. I haven't seen any other humans, though.
You haven't gone to the city yet?
I mean, it's been like 3 minutes. What do you want from me? I know it feels like weeks.
God damn it, Loxley. I suppose. Just come with me for now. We will work things out. We will work out a deal.
Alright, I got nothing better to do. My soaps aren't on until later. That's a joke, I don't have soaps.
Silly Crow. Come on, with me. And Tabs is just gonna run off.
Yeah, Orion, you hang up the phone, and then you hear a very grating, let's say, voice off in the distance. However, you don't see any humans, you don't see any people coming, you just see a crow flying a bit above a red fox.
I'm trying to think of what bro would think. You know what? He's so pissed off
Uh-oh.
at Noble. He has found a like downed tree somewhere in the woods, like a naturally downed tree, and he is just sitting there, absolutely fuming.
Yeah, so you hear this voice getting closer. Tabs, you see a familiar figure sitting on a downed log further ahead in the forest.
Mhm. gonna run over and kind of like do a few hops. Kind of like stand in front of Orion and then just kind of like do a hop to the left, a hop to the right, and then just sit and shift back. Whenever he realizes he can't really
Not beating the allegations
not beating the allegation.
of being a storybook fox. I don't know if Orion specifically thought you were a fox, but
Hold on, I'm trying to find that picture that was drawn of the fox. Because
That's
it doesn't
awesome.
look like a normal fox, if I remember correctly.
That's just me being dramatic.
Oh,
yeah, no, I think we described it as being just a nondescript fox because Tabs has used it to kind of blend into the forest before.
okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. So this fox literally just walked up to him and started going hopping side to side.
Gonna use like the magic to try and shift back too.
Yeah, I think you can end the spell as, at will.
Nice. So he's gonna do such. Shift back.
I don't think he actually like turned his head to look, but like his eyes followed the fox like come up and like hop side to side. He never actually moved. I think he's still wearing the Gojo glasses too.
Yeah, for sure. Looking very cool.
He's gonna be like, new spell, huh?
Yes, it's quite handy.
Eh, oh,
Yes, we have an issue.
oh, yay, more issues.
Yes, there's a fortress within the woods and like a good army of a few dozen animals under this woman's command. And she is a speaker.
Hey, fucking excuse me, what?
She's a
Sorry.
speaker. I saw it.
Specifically speaker?
Yes.
Or just witch?
No. Whenever there was a lapse in the magic and I saw that it said speaker across her.
Excuse me for a moment. Loxley, I would like to cast a spell.
A new spell or an old spell?
It's either going to be learn or a new spell, depending if you'll let me.
Okay.
Well, or it's gonna be gain. I wanna do something where I can talk to a Leog. So I probably have to roll a new spell, huh?
Interesting. Um, Trying to decide if that's even something within the magic's capabilities.
Really?
Yes, for God.
I can't just talk to God? Come on, I know his name.
I mean, you can pray.
There's a difference between talking to and being heard by.
Yeah, well, okay, I'll let you cast I think it will have to be a new spell if you want to have a conversation. But that even if you successfully cast a spell, that doesn't mean you're going to necessarily glean any helpful information.
I can still use learn afterwards. Okay, 2d6 because I'm using reason. Big numbers, please, and good letters, please. Okay, so DIHWR.
That's unfortunate.
One vowel is rough.
Well, also I've always failed all the spelling bees at when I was in school, so
Hmm. The only words I can see would be uh forced spells, like misspellings.
what are
I
these
mean,
misspellings?
You could do word with an I instead of an O. Like I want to have words with you. You could do heard with an I instead of an EA. To hear God. But I don't know if it's necessarily a good idea to misspell a spell targeting what you think to be as God. That could be risky for
Okay.
sure.
Well, I can save 2 letters though if I don't want to do this,
That's
right?
true. Yeah, you can save 2 and try again in a moment.
Okay, I'm gonna save the I, and I'm going to save the W.
Okie doke. So what does this look like as you sort of try to cast a spell but can't quite manage it?
Tabs cannot see the back of my neck, can they?
No.
No.
Okay, if they can't, I was gonna have you describe what it looked like when I learned Eleog's name, but like from what Tabitha sees. But
Yeah, sorry, you're not getting that.
I guess it just feels about the same, but then it just fizzles out because I never even saw what it was either. I'm gonna classify all the looks for Eleog about the same.
Yeah, I think you kind of try to cast a spell and the magic just doesn't come to fruition. And then maybe you're kind of saving up some of that magic to try again when suddenly you hear right behind your ear. What are you doing there?
I think he puts a hand over one of his ears that's closer to the voice. He's like, I already have a headache. And then he turns around and looks.
Yeah, you see a crow. I think looking a little closer than Tabs did while they were running, you see that it's mostly a normal crow. It's maybe got a slight like glittery sparkle to it if you look closely. Like when its feathers shift in the sunlight, you can see little tiny specks of gold. Enough that at a distance you probably wouldn't notice anything different. But yeah, it is a crow, and it kind of flaps down to sit next to you on the log and starts preening, and then it looks back up at you and says, "Hey, you had some weird shit going on your neck. What's up with that?"
Well, I mean, you got some weird shit going on with your feathers, but like,
Okay, that was rude.
okay, I'm sorry. What's your name? Let's get this started correctly, since I'm talking to a crow.
He says, "My name's Leog. You can call me Hoyt."
Like, wait, no.
No, I'm kidding.
I was about to say, listen, Loxley, we don't know if you're kidding or not,
God
okay?
bird. God bird. Everyone chant with me.
Bird.
God bird.
You're gonna start the cry wolf cycle all again.
My name's Eagle.
Strong name.
Thanks. It's aspirational.
Good aspirations to have.
I encountered them while I was out in the woods. They helped me to find the witch.
It's true. I'm a real helpful guy. Now give me some money.
They could talk the entire time. Hold on a second.
I never promised you anything. Not quite yet. I said
The
that we'd
crow
make a
hops.
deal, wouldn't we?
The crow hops a little closer to your coin purse and just is kind of eyeing it greedily. I want the
Tabs is putting a
shinies.
hand. Tabs is putting a
You
hand
want
over that thing.
Chinese? Hold on a second. Just like 5 seconds.
1, 2, 4, 8. I can't count. I'm a bird.
I guess I'm casting gain. See if I can make something shiny to shut this thing up. Let's see.
Oh, good. He'll gain an item of each of your magics.
Gain a cough drop to help Loxley out.
Oh, God, please.
Good thing that you established that this stuff disappears after a time.
Under normal
Let's see.
circumstances.
That is a 5 and a 3.
What did you want to gain specifically?
Something shiny, like a handful of like shiny beads or something.
Yeah, I think. Hmm.
Oh no.
I think he eyes the shiny bead. Do you offer them to him then?
Yeah, like there, he puts it. He like closes his hand. The bones in his hand glow. There's a little flash inside of his fist, and then he opens it, and there's like these shiny little beads. It's so shiny.
Before they get offered, can Tabs kind of like jut out a hand to like close Orion's hand for him? No, dear. This is how the bird can speak.
Uh,
I'm tempted to make you roll to see if you can beat the bird to it, but I think
The
that's
bird
fine.
is right beside Orion, so I'd get it.
Yeah, no, but the bird was distracted looking at your coin purse. So I think
Alright.
I think I'll let you
Count it
have
up.
this one.
Thank you.
Bird can speak how exactly?
It ate one of my coins.
Why did you give it one of your coins that you use for
I
magic?
I wasn't planning on giving it to him, in all honesty. However, I dropped it
What?
whenever I hush, Eagle. Now, I dropped it whenever I encountered a wolf in the woods that bit me. So don't give him more magic quite
Do
yet.
it, do it.
Wait, is Tabs like actively still bleeding? Where did Tabs get bitten?
Torn their left arm, I think, is kind of torn up.
Yeah,
It's actually pretty bad. I think you lost like 3 spirit, 2 or 3, which is the
I
worst
think
injury
so,
we've had on
yeah.
the.
I was too.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say that their right side was more facing Orion. He couldn't see the left side, definitely. Not that I just totally fucking forgot. Um yeah. So Wolf bit you, huh?
Yes, afraid so.
Mm. So there's wolves, talking crows. The antagonist is a speaker. John Noble is the Wizard of Oz. My mental health is failing me, and everything's just going to shit.
Oh, and don't forget about the army of, like, a few dozen birds that she has on her side. And several
And
other animals.
no offense, Mr. Eagle, but let's be honest here. I think the bigger threat is the wolves and maybe the witch that can do more magic. That I thought that this stuff was for us protagonists. And I, I tried to talk to God, but God didn't want to call. God must feel bad for suddenly arming antagonists with the same fucking weaponry, or God doesn't give a shit and they're cruel.
All right, all right. It seems like you're having some kind of theological issues internally. I think maybe I should just go. So go ahead and pay me my coin and I'll go.
Hold on, how do you know what theology is? Do you have like a whole crow like?
Bird God.
You have a bird god. Is it for
Yeah,
all
you
birds?
don't?
Is it for all birds or is it just for crows?
I don't talk to the other denominations.
Oh,
He's a lone wolf, apparently.
how cool.
Now, Bird, I never made an agreement to give you a coin. I said that we would talk it out. Your woods are under attack, and that's your home. We are hoping to resolve that issue. I would like to allow you into our roster, so to speak, and join us to gain back your home. Otherwise, you'll have a good slew of like 30, maybe more, birds invading your woods and your home.
My heart and soul are cheering at this decision to add Eagle to the permanent roster of characters. My body is
Your
screaming
voice
at
is
you.
not.
I have a better idea, but it has to
What's up?
come up in the thing.
I feel like if he asked for upfront payment, I feel like Tab would oblige. If you
Oh,
want a way to change that voice.
oh no, the voice is staying. The voice is the funny part.
Hold on, Tabs. Or do you like living in the woods?
I mean, I have a summer home. It's that house on the hill. Doesn't seem like any humans are living in it.
Well, you know what? I will let you stay in that house on the hill for however long you want because that is actually my house. I will even build you the most luxurious house you can think of just for you.
I sorry, I'm just thinking of all the sitcom possibilities.
hmm
Orion and Eagle in their suburban home. Okay. I'm gonna need one or both of you to make a sort of persuasion roll here.
Okay, I'll roll scheme. Let me grab my dice.
I think I'll do the same.
I mean, I'm kind of just like getting him out of the way at this point.
Well, Tab seemed to want to recruit him to actually be helpful, right?
Yeah, but Orion is having the onset of a migraine from stress, and he
I mean,
cannot.
it could very well be that whoever rolls higher between the two of us gets like more of the crow's favor from like our
Yeah,
offer.
that's not
Okay.
really a thing in this game, but we're gonna have you roll a contest. Oh wow!
That was for scheme.
So there's a 6, a 3, and a 4. Okay, I guess Tabs win.
Tabs got a 3 and 2 6s, which is
Yay!
wild because the previous roll from Tabs was 2 6s and a 5. Tabs is on fire.
Let's go.
All right. The crow eagle looks back and forth between the two of you and says, sorry, my voice was too normal there for a second. You drive a tough bargain, but I already live in that house anyway, so I think I'll just take the magic. This whole magic thing's really working out for me big time. And the crow hops up onto top of the shoulder.
Friend.
Where is this crow from? This New York crow over here.
The depths of hell, why do you ask? By the way,
Delicious.
crow god is just another word for Satan.
Love it.
Anyways, I would like Orion to cast the Learn spell.
Okay.
So, after like a second of just like being like, okay, I guess the crow is with Tabs and in my house on the summers, I guess. And he's gonna be like, fuck, back to the problem at hand. Speakers. God not answering, so I guess I gotta do stuff myself. I would like to cast Learn, and I would like to learn just how many fucking speakers are there. Because if if the Wicked Witch of the West is a speaker, what about this Glinda and this Wizard of Oz? What if everyone who's like a magic character suddenly becomes a speaker?
Okay. Go ahead and roll your learn. It'll be an average difficulty again of 4.
Good thing I have me like 4 dice in that.
Tabs is giving Eagle little head scratches.
Aww. The best friend.
Let's see. 1, 6, 3, 6.
Nice. Alright, yeah. What do you think this looks like? Is it like an echolocation type thing again, or?
No. I actually think that anyone who is a speaker, has like a little purple glow come off of them and like beacon for a second, but like something where everyone knows that they've just been pinged, basically.
Okay. Interesting. Let me check my notes real quick.
And everyone else can see the pings too.
Yeah,
Little purple, bright purple ping just starts at the middle of the person and then suddenly shoots up into the air.
that's interesting because you are in the middle of the woods.
I mean,
So
I can
I'm just
set
gonna
it
say
to
you can see the
ongoing.
magic like through,
okay.
if that makes sense. Just because otherwise
sure.
it's not going to be very effective.
I just see it on my mini map.
Sure, you see it on your mini map. Yeah, you see a couple of pings right here. You see yourself and Tabitha.
Uh-huh.
You see 2 ping from into town where you presume Margie and Viola are. And then you see 1 ping from further into the woods where Tabitha ran from.
Uh-huh.
And then
Here we go.
you don't see full pings, but you can sense this almost
Please no.
growing conflagration of power. This intention, this potential energy that is building up from a place that you are recently familiar with. The place where John Noble resides.
Damn it.